Always racing, back and forth pacing like a lion in the zoo or an eagle in the basement. I'm chasing my visions like predators chase prey, confined by the time I can find every day. Every night my deepest dreams are disturbed by words, circling and cycling and scream that never heard. That's why I drink so much and smoke so much herb. I'm just trying to stay sane and not give up on the search. Living on earth shouldn't cause so much stress. Maybe our ancestors had it best with less. Does the rest of my fellow men never feel the same? Fuck no, but we wouldn't have gotten this way. It's a goddamn shame what's rotting away. Direct connection to the precious planet's lies and its ways. If we'd stop at the waste, we'd less stop to complain about what topic I'm on top of the case. Okay, brain fine, don't sleep. Who needs it anyway when I got answers to seek? Here's a pencil and a page, I could rant over beats. To bet my mind is blank, not a chance it could be. Did I mention far-fetching? Starting to get heart-wrenching, laying there for hours till my mind starts guessing. You've only gotten 3, need to get up, and 2 at the best it's 5. What the fuck can you do? It's getting tough to chew and to swallow. This pillow doesn't help me chill, but to wallow in the hollows of the memory where misery follows. I should sit and rise with the sun like Apollo. I wonder when I'm gonna die. I wonder if I'll change a life. I wonder what I need to write. I wonder why I wanna die. I wonder who I am inside. I wonder where I'll find the light. I wonder.
I do. I have a head that won't shut the fuck up. So where do the ideas come from? Do you have a head like that? Do you have the brain that just won't shut the fuck up? All the... You learn to work with it.
Swear this head is more shells than Alexandria. Books on books and the crooks can't damage them. The vaults are locked, no need for any keys. The lips of wisdom only open to the ears that heed. It's clear to me what my role is. I'm rolling back the clock, lesson from the past. I'm pulling on the paths I'm strolling, cause that's where gold is. Modern man's speech is just a symbol of the oldest. What other great thinkers tossed and turned in bed? If Tesla was at rest, would he ever invent? There's a lot to be said for the head that's always piecing the puzzles together for no apparent reason. Kept up from the riddles, never little in the middle of using my perspective like the strings of a fiddle. My music is composed out of poems that I whittle. Watch me dribble with these words while you wipe away your spittle. Out of anything and everything I am compiling, I yearn to learn and turn my learning into something stylish. Creative like a child as I know what every file is. Don't need a lot of fuel, only use high mileage. A snowball rolling in my life that snow is piling. I found the opportunity that truly every trial is. I'm dialed in, embracing nature like the wild as it's up to me to find where each tile fits. No lack of sleep could hold back this beast, each masterpiece. Solitary like an island, when all else fails, music keeps me smiling. With verses diverse, I converse without violence. None of my visions are cowards of the dark, or script any afflictions with the power of art. Sprouting out of dirt like flowers in March. It's the age of the brain, but the hour of the heart. jackrabbit's back and he just has to rap facts faster than pack rats can stash trash and back it with class. He was born with both eyes open, so he's always asked deeper questions through the lessons and the point of each task. Never relaxing, you won't ever catch him on his ass. When he's hopping, he be plotting what path to zigzag. Quickly connect with better reflexes than the cat. He can never be too careful, too perfect, too exact. Like a cul-de-sac, he's always back to chat and react. Jick, jack, yakety yak, get back with the flash. He grabs the jazz, no flag, he gives it what it doesn't have. He grew a lot in his youth and now he's using his past to hop over hurdles, a nocturnal insomniac. Never slacks, no refacts and impact into his tracks. Quite detached from the back, won't be sacked into a trap. But put him anywhere with anyone and he'll adapt. Hit the road, jackrabbit, yes, you have to find home somewhere, 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 somewhere. Hit the road, jackrabbit, yes, you have to find home somewhere, 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 somewhere. Hit the road, jackrabbit, yes, you have to find home somewhere, 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 somewhere. Hit the road, jackrabbit, hit the road, jackrabbit, yes, you have to find home. Alright, I just got finished digging through my library, gathering different books from different authors and different lines within those books that have changed my life in some way. I just want to pay respect to these great minds of the past, of the present, and of the future. We are creatures of earth, we draw nourishment from it just as the plants and animals do. Everything is in motion, nothing at rest, good and bad are not absolute. Surely the fruit cannot say to the root, be like me, ripe and full and ever giving. Return to nature, observe her laws, make the best of everything, displays the art of living. Supreme excellence consists in breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting. Knowledge of human nature, preparation, strategy, all combining to satisfy needs. Indulge, innovate, and celebrate. You must be creative, take inspiration, never imitate. The mind can make a hell of heaven, a heaven of hell. The most common lie is that by which a man deceives himself. Disintegration takes place, so reintegration may follow upon a higher level of form. For a long life, anxiety must be avoided. Desire's the seed of thought and immense force. The writer speaks to the intellect and heart of mankind and will be distracted by the crowd. Envy and greed are the motivating forces of ambition. Make the most of here and now. Alright, now this second verse, I wrote this 100%. This is all me. What am I doing? Wasting breath, wasting time? It doesn't feel right and I put up a fight until let this pass me by. Stagnancy's the enemy and the remedy is to write. So here you go, yes, here's a poem to let you know. Imagination's my salvation, I know it to be true. Let's get creative and make this name stick to brains like glue. It's J to the A to the C to the K, it's Jack, fuck a rabbit. Been an artist since day one, so expression is my habit. How does one get bored with all there is to explore? Both within ourselves and outside that door. Who needs more? George Carlin said we all got a ticket to the freak show. I got gallery seats with the vision of an eagle. I will be an author, I will be an author. I will be respected and honored just like MacArthur. I will own a lot of land in a cozy little house, and I will obtain a yearly income of this amount. 300,000, I want 300,000. 100,000 a year, so I could raise a family with little fear. Oh, what cheer it would bring me to fashion, a way in which my children could all pursue their passions. I have to work hard for them and myself. Sitting around possessed by doubt ain't never gonna help. Right now I got health, can't be sure for how long. I'll make as much as I can and preserve my words in a song. One line at a time at a time, one line. One line at a time at a time, one line. One line at a time at a time, one line. One line at a time at a time. One line at a time, one line. One line at a time at a time, one line. One line at a time at a time, one line. One line at a time at a time. One line at a time, one line. One line at a time at a time, one line. One line at a time at a time, one line. One line at a time at a time. One line at a time, one line. One line at a time at a time, one line. One line at a time at a time, one line. One line at a time at a time. If only we had never created a creator. No other mistakes we've ever made have been greater than to separate the human race from nature. In vain to elevate us, and now we're in a state of danger. An animal too clever for its own good. We're mowing down whole forests to build our homes of oak wood, with no care or concern for its ecosystem. Mentalities preserved since the beginning of these religions that sought not to unify man but instill in him division, and build a prison by inflicting guilt on him for sinning. His only provision against the incision of parasitic inflictions is his own inner visions. Still people flock each week to see the show. It's like a corpse that never wants to decompose, or like a broken door that never seems to close. I really need to know how such an offensive book as the Bible could convince millions to buy into its drivel. If I wrote the damn thing, I'd do a better job. I'd have a better odds at designing a better God. Could devise in a night one that doesn't lie and rob, or manipulate and murder for such trivial cause as the killing of Uzzah, who saw the ox stumble with the Ark of the Covenant and almost drop. But when he stopped it with his hand, he was smited at the spot. denounce the ideas and accounts of the council of Nicaea. I see a clown where others found their divine Jesus, shrouded now with the giant feet of the titans whose lives precede us. So egregious is our hindsight, we try to conceive of an afterlife and sacrifice the joy of life. The reason this disease of restlessness can exist is instead of studying the land's lessons, man is entranced with transcendence. Every damn sentence written on it's wasted, cause part of being an animal means you gotta embrace it. Slimy and abrasive, the tentacles of Christian theology have touched all modes of religion, from yoga to astrology. Crawling deep and ever groping, and a coiling and a squeezing and a squirming and a curling and a draining and a pulling and a pushing and a riding and a fighting, never dying, always searching. Many versions always lurking behind curtains. The assurance of insanity is in the wonderful cultures tainted by Christianity. Native tribes looted of what they refused to give. The greatest creations melted into a crucifix. I'm confused a bit, but can fit enough together to see why religion at least has made our art better. Wanting connection to all creation through a bond with its source, we forgot our paths on earth and we lost our course. Hi mom, how you doing? It's me Jacob. Though we haven't met, I keep hoping that the day comes. Your Facebook photos, all there is to make up what your face looks like. But if I could, I would take the first plane to visit you whenever you wanted me. As the seat is close, I'll be as an adult nobody. I know I'm not the cute kid you wanted to raise, and now you have a daughter who has taken my place. Not that I hate her, I couldn't, cause I'm her brother. I could be such a good one to always help her, always love her. We were talking for a while. What did I say? What did I do? When you were ready for me, I wasn't ready for you. When I was ready for you, you weren't ready for me. That was too much pain for my brain. I couldn't see what the point of living is if the one who gave you life isn't in it. Please listen to this. I think about you every day, searching my reflections for traits I have from you, and how much of the rest is from my father. Did he bother to be present when you were pregnant? I have so many questions, but more than asking those, I wanna feel your hug, hear your voice, feel your love. Healing comes when you're back in my life and I'm back in yours. We have to reunite before we can anymore. I have to meet you, not your headstone. We're both still alive, so I can never let go of you. I think about what you're doing right now as I'm making the song. I hope you like how it sounds. You created me, I created this. Thank you, Mom, for giving me the greatest gift. So much to see, so much to do, so much to learn. And if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be on this earth. I've been doing too much ranting, now I'm gonna express why I'm feeling all this healing, why I'm so damn blessed. Every breath that I'm inhaling isn't stale, it's the best. If it isn't, you should visit the Pacific Northwest. I sip my coffee in my chair, witness each sunrise. Birds flutter through the air, singing farewell to the night. Sunlight streams through needles and leaves. Solar rays slow the pace, now I'm flowing with the breeze. As an hour hoops, a towel droops here from my shoulders. Just had my morning shower, didn't want it to be over. Little things like that, it's easy to take for granted, but see how you feel after a whole month of camping. On the slanted ground, I've evened out a pitch of shelter. I demand to bound in nature where I felt her, in the strength of a trunk, and the delicacy of a flower, and the rich, fertile soil from which flows her power. I devour good food, savor every bite. Man, I love a good steak, but I thank the life of the cow. This is how I make it right like a native might. I'm no saint, alright, so let me say, I love a whiskey that hits me with the punch. And a fat bowl of ganja send me coughing a bunch. Get struck with an idea, gotta grab the nearest pen. Jack jumped over the candlestick, now he's clearing the fence. I got a warm bed and the freshest clothes. I prize my collection of ties like a professional. Yes, from head to toe, I dress to show. I'm an obsessive, overthinking intellectual. Nothing as amusing as the music I'm producing. I load the dice. It's a fusion of my bruises from the losers and the wins, and it's so, so nice. Like dominoes, my problems go, you can't stop the woes. But as soon as I drop my prose, boom, pop, explodes the obstacle. So one rhyme leads to another, I've discovered what's possible. What better way to start a Friday afternoon than digging through crates in a tiny little room, taking an hour, finding groovy vibes and tunes. My eyes get huge whenever I peruse. It's like the universe gives exactly what I need. Got my rhyme schemes and Baskin Robbins ice creams. Batman and Robin can't fight these like Visine can't fight green. No, it only fights red. Getting oozed of dopamine through producing poetry. Wrote with golden leaf every note that flows to me. The richest of the riches are my wishes and my hopes and dreams. And like a grove of trees, they gotta grow from seeds. Man's plans a seed which needs great care. That's why I cultivate slowly, but to be fair, as much as I love to chill, I love the thrill of hopping on my board, soaring down a hill. Like to slide when I ride, cause it gives me a rush. That time in my mind when the voices are hushed. I'm a man without wealth, has a goal in the slightest. Give me the gift of music over the wretched gift of Midas. I'll keep making it in my closet, cause the object isn't fame. It's truly that without it, life just isn't the same. I picked up a treasure when I picked up a guitar. The first strings on my fingers left this thing that's lingered this far. Chords are gonna circle to make sure they won't hurt you. So I wrote this rhyme, where it's darkness that the artist, all the partners see guitarists trying to focus lights. Yeah. That's a motherfucking vibe. That's a motherfucking vibe. That's a motherfucking vibe.
Let me up your ED. That testing 1 2 testing 1 2 testing 2 testing. Hey, Chuck, where are you at?
Hello? Jack Rabbit.
It's time to puff up, so hush up and put your stuff down. The bowl is fully loaded, gonna smoke a whole bunch now. If you got a lot of pot, let's all smoke out once now. Inhale the Buddha, let the bullshit rush out like touchdowns. I score when I visit a dispensary. Always pleased with the options they suggest for me. Sativa for the day, indica for the night. A couple rips before bed and then I'm out like a light. Give no reason to believe it, but I'm always celebrate. A blaze to make up for bad days and celebrate great. Could never get so stoned that my motivation's gone. Hit the bong all day long and I write another song. It's the ultimate motivating sedative. Spices life up when it's getting too repetitive. I let the wind take my smoke up to where heaven is. I watch the whole time till it is measureless. Get it, pack it, hit it, snap it, finish, don't pass it, just let it be ashes and pack for Jackson. And no matter how fat it is, I'll vanish it like some sort of black magic trick. And when havoc hits, I can kick back, relax with this grass that gets me feeling so happy and passionate. And while I'm smoking, I'm not moping around. I'll be found in the clouds, never down on the ground. It's the finest herb from behind this earth, given to us to burn and learn that the mind is worth more than we might have heard. A provided cure for man's lies, which is why I'd rather fly with birds. I have a bowl in the morning after coffee's been poured in my cup. Yup, I start my everyday soaring when I return from work. Let the sesh commence. I hit all the 420s and all the 710s. Marijuana, gotcha, dope, and weed, whatever you call it, just smoke with me. Marijuana, gotcha, dope, and weed, whatever you call it, just smoke with me. Marijuana, gotcha, dope, and weed, whatever you call it, just smoke with me. Marijuana, gotcha, dope, and weed, whatever you call it, just smoke with me. Can tell I don't have COVID cause this dope is smelling potent. I focus on the taste, never waste a bliss of smoking. Notes of citrus and pine, subtle hints of roses. A gift to our noses and to our palates, it's ambrosive. If you ain't token, you ain't token. That's the token of me, the key. I got more greenery than a Barbara scenery. Happy little trees, they need a friend. So pack a bowl and snap that bowl and pack it again. From 1 to 10, I wanna settle at a fucking 20. Buzzing's heady, so I'm ready to write plenty. Hand is steady on the mic as I reflect and think back. I was bound to be a stoner, anyone could see that. Had legal guardians who believed me to be bad. So much they sent a reading addict to rehab. At 17 they sat me down, they looked at me mad. Said we had to chat and you need to pack. Here's a suitcase, we can't have you in this house. You won't stop getting hot so you can just get out. The period that followed was the darkest of my life. When I didn't have family, Mary Jane was by my side. At times the light that glowed when I ignited a bowl was the only light that shone in my fightless soul. Oh, I got low, but yo, I won't get descriptive. Just know this plant has only benefited my existence. In the business I find myself now, I'm proud to say I'll make my living rolling joints over 1,000 a day. Hard working stoner cause I need to feel I earned a reward for endurance, this I yearn to deserve. And I'm so grateful for what this planet is. Contemplate the complications and then join me as a fan of it. Why would we ever want to damage it? We'd all be better off if we utilized cannabis. Marijuana, gotcha, dope, and weed, whatever you call it, just smoke with me. Marijuana, gotcha, dope, and weed, whatever you call it, just smoke with me. Marijuana, gotcha, dope, and weed, whatever you call it, just smoke with me. Marijuana, gotcha, dope, and weed, whatever you call it, just smoke with me. Marijuana, gotcha, dope, and weed, whatever you call it, just smoke with me. As far back as 50,000 years, instruments have been found. Makes you wonder why we're so attracted to stacking sounds. After organized matters in a rhythmic structure, natural orders in patterns and division of numbers. numbers we discovered in the jungle when we couldn't voice it. 2 equals edible, but 3 equals poison. If red's next to black, best step back, catch on or pass on. Yes, these were our choices. The point is the human brain came to gain pleasure in the clever endeavor to better measure everything from time and dimensions to distance and weather. Closer together, what you remember that remembered the center of our memory grew as we use it. A beneficial exercise was memorizing music. It introduced to boosted capabilities, started making tools greater than to kill and eat. The first forms were born as a mirror, not things to see, only things to hear. As open were our eyes, so were our ears. Heard birds sing songs for fun and songs of fear. Maybe our grunts weren't so advanced. We took a chance, tried to hand a song and dance. Chanted around a fire for 5 entire hours to request blessing from a higher power. Reflection grew inward as we evolved. Ego isn't evil but has a problem to solve. Involvement in music is its largest prize. It's always there to turn to in the darkest times. And where there's hardly light, creativity prevails. Connection to ancient man entails that music's my whole life, not a pastime. And in it lies redemption, and that's why I love music. I love music. Oh, I love music. Oh, I love music. Music's what I love it more with time. Music's what I love it more with time. Music's what I love it more with time. I'm exploring why, in the form of rhyme. The storm subside, transformed into fortune. Pain isn't futile, music makes it important. Without a list of struggles, there would be no death. Instead, I got beats in my head before my feet leave the bed. Seize the pen, it's like I'm 3 again. Can see afresh and maybe re-amend. No control, had it then, but now it's quite different. To cope, I make it dope with my own flow and rhythm. It all happened as it should, the bad becomes good. My past made me react as fast as I could. So I don't make music, no, I'm a musician. It's given me identity and a new mission. Enrich my life and the lives of who listen. With the crew wisdom, it's what my true gift is. Official lyric, glad to dip my toes in. A little bit of jazz and a little bit of soul. Fuck dipping, I'll be swimming when I'm getting in the zone. It's the jiggity jack, ribbity rabbit on the microphone. All alone in my home, but all music can count on to keep me company, even when the crowd's gone. Playing it loud's wrong, then right I ain't. Like right brain, it stimulates my right brain. Painters have brushes so they can mix colors. Me, I got instruments so I can mix frequencies. More options in this art form than any other. Combinations bring elation into peace to me. In high realms of vibration, my mind dwells to find relation in my cells to all creation. Can't question my progression every page I wrote. The proof is through the music, it's my gauge of growth. If I could, I'd travel back in time and warn the men then that comfort is a double-edged sword. All we wanted was the world to be safe and warm. We obtained it and complained it only makes us bored. Entertainment galore, yet are we happy? No. Complain about the service on our crappy phone. Addicts of escape with insatiable appetites. We don't embrace the date, we just pass the time of our trash. You'd find yourself in disbelief. So much waste, a disgrace to history. Not to say there isn't many who still lack a roof over their head, clean clothes on their back. In my time, the tribe mentality's abandoned. Everyone for themselves, no help or understanding. Remnants of the pack appear in the advancement of weapons set to target where foreign land is. Racism plagues us still, somehow it exists. In the age of information, we're at our fingertips of essay studies, articles, lists of evidence revealing we're all relatives. Relevant is how we handle food. Every day, different recipes to match our mood. Who cares if I want strawberries in the winter? The impact of such isn't often considered. We litter and deliver toxins to the air. Can't quit populating, so we strip the forest bare. To build not homes, but prisons of confinement. We'd rather live in sterile, artificial climates. No dirt, no bugs, no fuss. Hot and cold should be easy to adjust. Our ancestors would be jealous and dismayed if they saw how ungrateful we are today. That had us stuck. Some loved the earth, practiced meditation. The leaders were addicted to prescription medications. Quantity over quality, if you gotta force it. Too massive a dependence on natural resources. Me, I'd rather move slow than fast. If it meant we'd avoid the wars waged for gas. Overpopulation evident on every street. And in fact, we're beginning to engineer meat. Technology has us addicted to screens. Faces bathed in the glow from the belly of the beast. Fantasies have become preferable to reality. The casualty is peace with life's simplicities. On behalf of all, I express sorrow. So focus on today, we forgot about tomorrow. Time isn't borrowed, it's wasted or used. What every generation brings to the table is new. The brains of the youth are improperly taught by teachers lacking the passion to grasp a class. It's thought it has to stop. I have hope but not a lot. Education's not replaced by robots on laptops. Lastly, I hope we leave some beauty behind. Places and damaged by us are getting hard to find. Our roads wind and wind through terrains of any kind. If it stands in our way, blast away with dynamite. Not aligned to the truths of life, we travel blind. Others pay the cost of our falling out of line. I'm inclined, this awareness should be shared. I wrote this for the future, for whoever's there.
We are